Hey guys, I have been waiting for this package so patiently, and I'm putting it up against my face and it might be dirty. But I ordered this back at the end of July and it is now here. Let me show you what it is. So I ordered this back at the end of July, and I ordered this from Dan Smith at the nibsmith.com. And oh, there's another package. Kind of anticlimactic, but I wanted to show you what it is that I ordered. Let me unpackage that. So here it is. Yes, I know there's no covering that. It is a Pelikan. Which Pelikan? It is the M605 green white with a fine nib. But why did I order it from Dan at the Nibsmith? Well, firstly, he was having an amazing sale on it at that point. And two, I wanted to get a custom grind on it. So what else is in this box here? Yes, the warranty and how to clean, all in the various languages. Perfect. All right, so let's zoom in. So the Pelikan M605 green white stripes actually comes in a different box than what I've seen. It comes in, it looks like shoelaces. And if you open that, oh wow, is that a magnet? Oh, it is a magnet box. And let's grab that out here. Ugh. Oh my goodness. How pretty is that? I'm gonna remove the packaging. So this here is the Pelikan M605 green white stripes, and it has a 14K nib. I'm gonna remove this tag here. And you guys are familiar with an M600 or an M605 because, you know, black, white, tortoiseshell. So basically, Pelikan have different models of their Souverain range and the different numbers. So 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000 are the size of the model, and the higher the numbers go, the bigger the pen and the heavier the pen is as well. So this is the 605, and the 5 basically means that it has the rhodium trim or the silver trim. And with this you have the green and white stripes. Now I don't think, the only thing with this one, and I think it's similar to, yeah, it's similar to the black tortoiseshell, is that this is opaque, so you can't actually see the piston inside, whereas on my M400, the white tortoise, you can definitely see through that. And I think that's kind of one of the drawbacks of this one. But otherwise you have the beautiful nib here, again in the rhodium. It is a is it 14 karat nib? Is that 14 karat? Gosh, it says it right on the tag. 14 karat fine nib. I did get it in a fine nib because I wanted Dan, can you see that, to grind it to a cursive italic. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And that is the main reason that I got it from Dan, is that it was at a lower price, but I could also basically get the cursive italic grind for free because basically of the price of this pen, so why not? So with the Pelikan M605, it is slightly bigger than the M400 and actually fits really nicely in my hand. I could post it, absolutely. I mean, it does back weight it just a tiny bit, but I could still definitely write with it posted. And then in terms of the threads on the body, they're not sharp at all. It's actually not a huge step down from the body where all of those beautiful green white stripes are to the grip section. And then in terms of how many, I guess, turns it takes to close or open, one, it's one or less than one, so that's really nice. But yeah, I like the weight of this. I actually prefer the weight of the M600 or the M605 versus the M400. I think this is just the perfect balance for me. So comparing the size of the M605 to my Benu, definitely smaller than that, to the Pilot Kakuno or the Kakuno, actually about the same size. And then my Laban Rosa. The Rosa is a little bit slightly bigger, but definitely more width in the body of the pen. And then my Lamy All-Star. So definitely gives you an idea. It's closer to size than the Lamy All-Star, but I feel like the M605 is slightly narrower. So that is the comparison to all of the other pens that I have. And if you're unfamiliar with Pelikan, it is a piston fill. So you do not need cartridges or converters. You basically just dip this in the ink and pull it up using the piston here. So fantastic. I'm so excited to use this. I'm gonna do a quick writing test now. So the ink I'm gonna test it with today is actually a Pilot ink. I find Pilot inks are really good for testing, and it is Chiku Rin because, I mean, green and green. I'm just gonna do a dip test of this rather than fully filling this up because I already have so many pens inked. I don't need another one necessarily, but let's go ahead and dip that. Oh, so excited. So this is, oh my gosh, that first pen to paper, you're always kind of nervous. So it's the M, and it is the green. I cannot write a green, white stripes with a fine cursive italic nib, which is 14K. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Love that. I'm just writing the ink as well. So it is Pilot Iroshizuku Chiku Rin. And one of the things that I have to immediately say about this is that it's not glassy smooth. I wasn't expecting it to be glassy smooth because it is basically a stub nib. The thing with the Cursive Italic nibs though is that they are not as rounded on the edges of the nib as a stub nib would be, so there's a little bit more sharpness to it. But I wanted this because one, I've fallen in love with stub nibs, but two, I wanted a stub nib that wasn't as big as a Lamy 1.1 or even the Pilot calligraphy medium, and this I think is the perfect size. So oh my goodness. So let's do some printing and then some cursive. So it's not glassy smooth like a Pilot would be. You can definitely feel the feedback, but it's not scratchy. It's almost like you can feel the paper, like the nib kind of slicing on the paper, and it's not a scratchy type of experience. It's really lovely. So in cursive, oh my goodness. And it's definitely one of those nibs that you do have to hold at a specific angle in order to get that line variation. And then I mean, there's some softness to the nib, but it's not one that I would definitely flex. Now, reverse writing. Oh my gosh. Reverse writing is possible, and it's actually quite smooth, but it's not something that I would do. So this is my first Cursive Italic nib. And conclusion, I love it. One thing I forgot to do was just show you the line variation. So Cursive Italic nib has the thin horizontal strokes and then the thicker down strokes. And I chose to have it in a fine nib because I wanted a slightly broader line variation than an extra fine would have, but I still wanted those really clean, crisp horizontal strokes. Like, look at how clean that is. Oh, love it. I also wanted to do a quick comparison of the line width of the Pelikan versus the calligraphy medium of the Pilot Kakuno and the stub nib on the Lamy Safari. So let's zoom in. So here is the line variation of the Pelikan M605. And we'll do it like this. And then we have the Lamy stub nib. Now they don't have the same inks in there, so it's going to be a bit of a different test. And then the line variation on the Pilot Kakuno with the calligraphy medium. Can you guys see the differences in those? I feel like this definitely, I mean, it's such a minute difference, but the downstrokes on the Pelikan are definitely slightly narrower than the 1.1 and the Pilot calligraphy medium, and I'm going to be really happy with how small I can take my writing with this and still get that lovely line variation. So that is the Pelikan M605 green white stripes with a cursive italic grind from Dan at the Nibsmith, and I am so glad I made the leap and decided to get this because I love a cursive italic nib, I love a stub nib, and it's good for either. I know there's some people who say that you should only use it for cursive, but I really think that no matter how you write, whether it's printing or cursive, it will add some great character to your writing. And one of the things that I do recommend though is when getting anything done by a nibsmith is making sure that you send them a photo or a video of your grip, your writing angle, so that they really know, you know, the tiny specifications of that nib and how to really make it suit your grip and your writing angle. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that's how many pen videos in the course of a month. It's a lot, and I know I said that I would stop buying pens, but yeah, I didn't do that. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.